Lead generation. Listen, if you're going to build any type of winning campaign, you need to have a clear understanding on the three types of temperatures a lead goes through. There's cold, there's warm, and then there's hot. The goal is to try to get as many hot leads as possible, but not everyone starts hot, right? What's a hot lead? A hot lead knows what you do. They know what you're offering. They just want to know how you can specifically tailor a solution to their problem. Everyone wants hot leads, right? But a hot lead is just they're not running around looking to give you money. They're shopping around. They're trying to find the best person for whatever it is that they need. They're great, but don't hold your breath to wait for a hot lead only source. All right. For example, if you're a law firm, accident attorney, these guys, they don't get paid unless they win the case, right? For the most part. And what ends up happening is that if they win a case, usually there's a big settlement. There's like a pretty big settlement. You're talking about 5, 6 figures. It's worth it for them to spend $100 a click on Google, right? That's expensive. When somebody clicks on one of those ads, if you type in their accident attorney, you're going to see all these results, all these ads up top. These people are spending 100 up to I seen $300 per click, and they're willing to spend it because they can probably get a settlement for 25, 50,000, 100,000, millions of dollars. So what's a $100, $200 click? They're okay with it. They'll budget for that. It's worth it to them, right? So someone that is looking for an accident attorney understands they have a problem, so they're specifically looking for someone to provide a solution. So a hot lead clicks on the link, and then the first person that gets to respond to them and talk to them, that's the person. And if they like them, of course, and if the price is right, which you don't pay anything unless we win the cases, and there's nothing wrong with that. Why would you not go with it? You just have to make sure you click with them. They're gonna go with the first person that they feel good with, right? And that's it. It's a no-brainer. That's a hot lead. We're not always gonna get that. And if you want only hot leads, you're gonna spend a lot of money with that. Cold lead is someone that has no idea who you are. They have no idea what you're offering, and they're probably not interested in your services. So if you try to pitch them, you're most likely going to get a no. All right. Now a cold lead, people usually buy a list. They acquire a list depending on the business. These people, they got on the list somehow, and someone that's willing to reach out to as many cold leads as possible. It's a numbers game at that point. And you're going to either need to hire a bunch of people to outbound call, or you need to use automated marketing to reach out to these people. And there's a few ways to go about that. I'm not going to talk about the actual ways to do it. I do have that in my playbook. You can visit miamimarketer.com, go to my playbook section, and you'll be able to access that. All right, so a cold lead, you can buy a list, buy email list, buy a mailing list. You have phone numbers, and you can, depending on where you get these leads, where you buy these leads, you can actually like tailor it down to specific niches or specific events. For example, if someone moves into a specific area, they're on a list. They're on a list. They're on a database. All right. So these companies can actually acquire this list for you. You buy it. If you provide a service to new homeowners in a specific area, that's a list that you may want to reach out to. Right. You also have people that, let's say, for example, let's say you owe money. If you owe money to some type of debtor, okay, and you go to court, now you're on the list. Attorneys are going to start reaching out to you because they know you have a need, and to them it's a numbers game. Reach out to as many people as possible so that way you can try to get someone to call you back and settle that deal. All right. These are cold leads. They're not bad. Just don't try to pitch them right from the get-go, because what ends up happening is that you're most likely not going to get that person to take action with you because you're offering that service. You just want to, the goal for a cold lead is to pique their interest to continue to the next step, which is to try to warm them up, right? Now, a warm lead. A warm lead is someone that is interested in what you're talking about. They're just not ready to make that purchase yet. They're not ready to get on a sales call yet because they want to learn a little bit more of how to solve their problem. Sure, you can solve their problem, but you want to make them feel like This is what it would be like if you try to do it yourself. Give them everything. I always like to overload my warm leads with so much information that they feel like, you know what, I don't know where to begin. Let me get on the phone with Carlos so that way I can help him. He can help me out, or at least point me in the right direction. And that's the idea behind the consultation call or discovery call. I want them to get on the phone with me so that way I can learn more of what they're trying to do, so that way I can create a solution for what they're trying to do. All right. So a warm lead will usually either give you their name, their email address, so that way in exchange they get something in return. They can learn about how to solve their problem. All right. So warm leads, you build your list. You can build a funnel to capture email addresses. So that way now you have this list of people that you can follow up with. So that way you can take them to the next step in the journey, which is most likely the hot lead part, which is appointment, whatever the case is. So those are the 3 temperatures. As long as you know the temperature, you have a better shot at creating a campaign that is likely going to take that person to the next step. All right. Now, if you need some more ideas, you can go visit my website, miamimarketer.com, and click on the playbooks button, and that'll take you to my playbooks area. You can see all the different strategies that I use to attract cold, warm, and hot leads. So that way, I use marketing automation to get as much of that done as possible. You can also send me a DM with the word playbooks, plural, playbooks. And what will happen is that when you send that, you get an automatic message with the link to my playbooks. And you can go ahead and access the entire library from there. All right. So that's about it. What do you think? Did I miss something? Is there anything that you would add? Did I completely screw up? Did I get it completely wrong? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to know what you have to say, and I'd love to learn a little bit more of what it is that you see as a cold, warm, and hot leads. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to engage and interact. It's all about learning and helping each other out. All right. Carlos Vasquez, Miami Marketer, out.